This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and delighted to be joined by Mr. Michael Conlan. What's going on with your hair, Mike?
Fuck all going on. It needs cut, but I'm not getting the cut. Not getting the cut after a fight. So
Till after the fight?
I wouldn't get my hair cut by anybody but my own barber. So
oh, fair enough.
I'm not gonna really care. Don't care what it looks like. I don't really give a fuck what people think of me when I'm on TV. So it's irrelevant.
Did you spend about 20 grand to have your teeth done though?
But here, that was for my own fucking thing. I didn't like my teeth. It wasn't what other people thought about them. I hated them. So I didn't even spend a penny either. I got them for free.
Fair enough.
You know me. You know me.
You're in action this Friday night, live on BT Sport. Obviously, it's a good card. Yeah. Tony Edwards fighting for a world title. Yourself, yeah. The bill. There's a couple of really good 50-50 fights on that bill as well. But yeah, BALUTA, we know all about him because of his previous two fights with TJ Dehaney and more recent David Oliver Joyce. So you've got to be on it this week.
100%. He's caused 2 upsets in his last 2 fights against 2 Irish guys. One a former world champion, one a former Olympian. And TJ arguably still in world champion kind of mindset. It just lost his title against Danny Roman. It was kind of comeback trail. And BALUTA beat him. He did beat him. He beat him fair and square. TJ didn't do enough. David Oliver, probably a wee bit on the slide. He's old. He's done a lot of rounds. The amateurs has a unforgiving style where he's trading punches all the time. So, when BALUTA stopped him, it didn't really. Not that it didn't surprise me, but the fact that BALUTA stopped him surprised me. But the fact that David gets stopped wasn't much of a surprise because I know he was kind of on the tail end of his career. So, it's a fight where I got to be on it. I got to be switched on, and one I've got to be prepared for because it'll be the best BALUTA there's been. He's going to come in with his confidence higher than it's ever been, and ready to take my head off. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, just going back to the TJ fight. I think after the fight with Roman, I think that fight with BALUTA was meant to be like coming back, because I think it was only over 8 rounds, that fight, wasn't it? With TJ. Coming back, it was meant to give him a good fight, but he wasn't really kind of expected to go there and beat TJ, especially with the kind of current situation he was on, coming off the back of his world title win, and then obviously losing to Roman. But the David Oliver Joyce one as well. I think it showed that BALUTA is actually better than actually what people have probably looked at. I mean, he lost a couple of his earlier fights in his career, but he's a lot better than what his record suggested anyway. So don't be the 3rd Irishman to lose in a row to him, Mick.
Nah, no way.
I know you won't.
No way. I'll never overlook it. He's a dangerous wee man. He's showing that, and I'll be honest. I know that people will go, "Oh, you're expected to win." People are saying I'm going to lose as well, so it's good that people are saying that. But I think I'll look devastating. I think I KO him. I'm aiming to KO him. I want to hurt him, and it's something personal. It's just that I want to go in and put a big performance on. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going in and showing what I've been working on in the gym. So it's going to be interesting.
What does Adam say about this fight for you? What did he say about this fight when it was first talked about?
Yeah, he liked it. Says it's the right type of fight before the big ones are coming in now. So this is a dangerous one, especially being on the verge of a world title. You're having someone who is upsetting people, is raiding confidence, is unorthodox, is crazy in terms of what he does. He does some mad shit in there and throws like mad. So it's good preparation for the next fights after this. But it's one that could be a banana skin if you don't take it serious.
Now, you've missed out on St. Patrick's Day boxing again this year, which is obviously very frustrating for someone like you who's headline shows in New York, etc. And that was kind of becoming your date to fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Guaranteed whatever dates you had in the year, that was always going to be your date. But I suppose you just look to next year and think, well, hopefully that next year that you can fight, there's fans there, etc., and it'll go back to some sort of normality.
That's the thing. I have time. You know, I mean, I'm not. I know it's going to be there next year. I know the guard won't be back no matter what. So I'll be there next year. I just gotta focus on that. But there's no point of dwelling on things which are never going to happen or can't happen, because it's waste of energy. So I was gutted, but you know, you get over it really quick. You know, I mean, it's one day of the year. And I'm sure I'll be back next year. So that's the aim anyway.
Yeah, it only dawned on me. I was thinking about this the other day, that it was 4 years since you made your debut, just over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Has that gone quick for you? Because it seems like it has and it hasn't at the same time.
A bit like that too. It has and it hasn't. You know, sometimes it feels like it has, and sometimes it doesn't. But you know, if I'm honest, when you look at it, 4 years is a long time, and that's a blink. That is a blink, like, really. So probably has gone a bit fast. But I'm happy with it. No, there's been a year where you can kind of take away. Last year you can just take away. Last year didn't happen, so I'm only going to say it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's true. If you take that year out of the equation, you're right. But 14 fights for you in that time, I suppose, averaging just over 3 fights a year, 3 and a bit fights a year. I mean, it's not bad. I'm sure you probably would have liked to have had 2 or 3 more in that time as well.
Yeah, well, if last year had I went the plan of what I had 3 or 4 last year, this year I'll have 3 or 4. So listen, I'm happy enough. I'm not like I'm being bare button, so I'm all right. No, I'm doing okay in life, and I'm happy.
Okay. I know I don't really want to talk about potential other fights after this, but I will just touch on it. But you know, obviously, I know you're completely focused on this Friday night, but there are fights that you've mentioned, the likes of Neary and Fulton and these guys, and these are the sort of guys you're going to be targeting after you win on Friday.
100%, 100%, and I was hoping that in the summer we could have had Stephen Fulton. You know, he's a WBO world champion. I'll be mandatory, guaranteed after this one, and I'll be fighting the WBO champ at some stage this year, whether it's going to be Fulton or Neary, because they seem, or Figueroa, whoever wins that kind of trio, whatever you want to call it. Whoever comes out on top there will have to face me, because I'll be mandatory for the WBO. So, yeah, I would love that to happen this summer. I'll still probably push and try and make it happen this summer after I handle business here on Friday night. But if not, you know, we'll have a good fight, and we'll do it December.
Is Isaac Dogbo gone now? Is that fight? I know it was been talked about. There was talks of you having that fight with Dogbo.
No, so that fight was done, wasn't it? That fight was happening, and then I got my ankle injury.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wouldn't say it's completely out of the water. No, you know, that's always a possibility.
Okay. Just want to touch on a couple of other things for you. You're very good friend Cole Frampton retired from the sport recently, Michael, and a bit of a difficult night to watch that unfold in Dubai. But I'm not sure you speak to Cole as well, and he seems to be in a kind of a better headspace now that kind of period is over.
I think, you know, no champion wants to go out like that, but the majority of champions do go out like that. So it's not something to really be embarrassed about. His career and his legacy still stands. He hasn't done nothing to tarnish that. He aimed for greatness and you know, didn't reach it, but you know, or didn't achieve it that night. But his whole career is greatness, and what he's done has been fantastic. He's brought a city together. He's changed. He's brought boxing. He brought boxing back to Belfast. Boxing was irrelevant and gone before Carl. So, you know, professional boxing anyway. But like he kind of relit that candle and, you know, started things for a whole new generation.
Absolutely, and when I was speaking to him not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and when you look at what we're looking at, like, he's disappointed with a 2-weight world champion, disappointed because he didn't reach the heights of a 3-weight world champion. I mean, the reality of that is like, fucking hell, like, that's it. Obviously, it doesn't make Cole feel any better, but the fact is we're talking about a 2-weight world champion that was going for that. Yeah. It's amazing in itself.
Amazing. Unified world champion on the win as well. So, you know, he achieved an awful lot in his career, but 1%, less than 1% that we'll ever achieve. You know, it was an unbelievable feat which he's had, and you know, if I could emulate that, or you can get close to emulate that, you'd be 100% proud. You know what I mean? It's something that I'd say when he takes a bit of time, he'll look back and be like, yeah, I'm proud of that. That was amazing. So I'm sure it was just probably an instant feeling where he was disappointed, but no, it'll be happy days for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. Just going back to yourself, Michael, do you think there's an element of we as boxing fans still don't know exactly how good Michael Conlan is? Is that fair to say?
I think so. People underestimate me all the time. People think that, you know, I'm not as good as what I am, what I know I am, and what I will show I am eventually. I know I'll be world champion, and when the opportunity comes, I will be world champion. And then people will probably start to go, "Oh, well, he's not too bad now." You know what I mean? Well, I thought he was shit, but you know, and he's getting good. So, I don't really care what anybody thinks, really, because at the end of the day, their opinions are not putting money on my bank account. Me getting in there and fighting in the ring is, and me winning, no matter who it's against, no matter what I'm doing, I'm putting money and stuff into my life for myself, my family, to have a better future. So, you know, I think everybody has. No, I don't think they know exactly how good I am, but I think, you know, you'll see it'll come out soon.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't specifically mean it towards like negative people towards you. I just meant in general. I don't think we've seen nowhere of what you're going to reach. I think we've seen bits and we've seen highlights of kind of how good you're going to be. But I don't think we've seen it. I don't think it's a negative thing. I just think we haven't seen everything yet. I think the better the opponents were you, I think that's where we're going to see exactly how good you are.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm looking forward to showing that. And Friday night will be another step in that direction. You know, someone I do believe this guy will actually come and attack me. I don't think there's anybody. No matter who we've got, the guys who are meant to come and put it on you, they haven't put it on me, or they can't put it on me. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I know this guy will be up for it, so I'm up for it.
Absolutely. Your gym's got a world champion in Shannon Casey. Everyone must be ecstatic with that. I see her walking in. Well, I saw the video of her walking in the gym the other day, and I was making a fuss of her. But yeah, great for Shannon. Brilliant.
What an achievement. I mean, no matter what, look back at history, she's a world champion. You know, no matter what else happens in the rest of her career, she's achieved that status of world champion. So, you know, it's fantastic feat for her, and I think everybody in the gym, we're all delighted for. And now we want to see what's going to be next. Where else is she going to go, and how high can she reach? So, you know, no, it's great. It's great vibes in the gym at the minute with
that. Finally, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, obviously, our Billy Joe Saunders goes on and for the elite task of taking on pound for pound in some people's eyes, number one, Joe Alvarez. What chance do you give Billy Joe in this fight, Michael?
Slim. Listen, I don't think he can win the cards against CANELO anyway. So I think, like, no matter what he does, unless he knocks him out, he's not going to win. Even if he pulls out the best performance of his life, I don't think he wins. But I still don't do CANELO, because CANELO is he's unbelievable. You watch him, he's a special fighter. If anybody can cause him problems with their style and being hard to hit, and obviously being southpaw too, it is Billy Joe. But do I think he would get a decision if he did win, or if he did put on his best performance? Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it's we know, and I think Billy Joe knows of all what's in front of him, and I suppose, yeah, Billy Joe would have to pull out an absolute career best performance. We know he's been openly about if it's a close fight out there, does he get it? Kind of on a way soil as well. But this is what the fighters are in the sport for, to fight these guys.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's the biggest fight in boxing. It's the biggest challenge in boxing. And he's going to go in there. And we know that, you know, when he fights a lesser guy, he performs lesser. But when he fights the best guys, he always pulled the best performances. So it's going to be interesting. I think he could do a really good job and get beat narrowly in points, or probably still get beat widely in points. But it's going to be a tough one for him. I hope he can go and pull it off. But it's a big ask.
Well, we shall find out. May the 8th. Okay, Michael, have you got anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, just sending my best wishes to my fellow Irish fighters this weekend, Katie Taylor and James Tennyson. Hope they both do the job as well.
Okay, no problem. Michael, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. We wish you the best of luck on Friday night live on BT Sport, and we'll grab a word with you at some point after.
Sorry, mate. No worries. Speak to you soon.
Top man.